Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and on this channel do a lot of power station reviews. And what we have here is Bluetti's Elite series lineup. We have the Elite 200, which is basically a 2,000 watt hour power station. We have the Elite 100, which is basically a 1,000 watt hour power station. The Elite 30, which is a little guy, but has been probably my most used power station to date. It's almost 300 watt hours, 288 watt hours. And this is my camera bag. This is where all of my camera gear is stored. In here, I have my main camera is what I'm using there. My slightly bigger secondary camera. My drone here. My controller fits up here. And also in my camera bag is Bluetti's brand new, almost pocket size, Elite 10. Look at this dude. It's the, look. Like, that's adorable. But yeah, it's so small that it literally fits in my camera bag, which is crazy. But yeah, so this is the one. I mean, look, it's got a little handle. It's almost pocketable, but not quite. But yeah, this is what we're going to talk about today. So yeah, the new Bluetti Elite 10, 128 watt hours, 200 watt pure sine inverter with power lifting mode up to 400 watts. You may be wondering, what is a little power station like this good for? Because I was wondering the same thing. And this is not for, you know, the power user, the power overlander, the power camper who's going to be running a diesel heater and a fridge and, you know, electric space heaters and all those sort of things off of a power station for days at a time. This is for someone who just needs very small, usable, portable, packable power. It's for the normal traveler who needs to keep their phones recharged, power their laptops for longer than the battery in the laptop will last while they're working. You know, on a plane, on a train, in a taxi, or whatever. This is small enough that it should be admissible onto an airplane. This does meet the requirements to be small enough of a lithium battery in here to be portable enough to take on an airplane. It's for the camper or the overlander who just needs power in their tent. They don't have power in their tent, so they just need to charge their phone, their watches, you know, their iPad and stuff at night while they're in the tent. And this obviously takes up very little space. It's for the family who's maybe going to the lake for an afternoon, going out on a picnic, going out, you know, somewhere where you have a small portable fridge and you need to unplug it from the vehicle and go take it to the picnic table and make sure it runs for a few hours. For me, this is for the hiker or adventurer that may need some extra power or to recharge a camera battery or a drone battery or something, Power Starlink Mini off of it, you know, but needs it to be very portable. So for me, this fits in my backpack. If I'm going out on a long hike, you know, on a photography hike sort of thing, where I may be flying my drone, obviously my cameras. I can't tell you the amount of times that I have gone out and didn't check that my batteries are charged. I didn't check if I, brought extra batteries to use throughout the day. That's very common. So by having this, I could be out in the field, out on a hike, and be charging my batteries. There's a lot of scenarios that I can think of for a little portable power station like this. Now, there are other, well, I call them power bricks, not power stations, that have 128 watt hours worth of power in them. They've got USB ports, to charge a phone and that sort of thing. But what makes this one different is this is a legit power station. It does have 4 USB ports. One of them is a 100 watt USB-C power delivery port, which is awesome. The other 3, it's got 2 15 amp USB-A's and 1 15 amp USB-C. It does have a DC output, the 5.5 millimeter barrel plug, rated at 12 volts and 5 amps, which is enough to run a fridge, a small fridge, for several hours. But it has a legit inverter inside. It has a legit AC charge controller inside, and it has a legit MPPT solar controller inside. So a lot of stuff is packed into this little bitty package. So let me run through the specs real quick. 128 watt hours, 200 watt inverter, 4 USB ports, 1 DC output, 1 AC output, 1 AC input, and a DC or solar charging input here. It can recharge from 0 to full in 70 minutes. The AC charger can pump in 150 watts. The solar charger can pump in up to 100 watts, along with the car charger can also do 100 watts. So the flexibility that you have with this, you aren't limited on just charging with, just with a USB-C brick, like a lot of the little power bricks are. You can, plug this into a wall outlet. You can plug this into your car cigarette lighter and recharge it or keep it going, very easily while you're on the go. Or if you're stopped for lunch or whatever, this thing recharges super easily. Now, what's inside here is a lithium iron phosphate battery that is rated at 3,000 cycles. So it's going to have a long life to keep your stuff going. And at home, this can serve as a legit UPS, an uninterruptible power supply with an under 10 millisecond cutoff. So, if you maybe have a laptop plugged into an external monitor like I do, you can plug this into the wall, plug your laptop and your monitor into this with a just a little extension cord, and this will actually pass through 350 watts into your devices. If the power goes out, boom, your computer's going to keep running, your monitor's going to stay on, and you've got that uninterruptible power supply, which gives you plenty of time if you need to keep working, or power down your stuff so you don't have that power outage, corrupting your files and that sort of stuff, which tends to happen. And this little guy does have app control, just like all of Bluetti's other apps. Just open up the app, it will search and find the little Elite 10. And from the app, you can see state of charge, inputs and outputs, how much power is being used, how much power you have remaining. You can go into the settings and turn on different charging modes, silent, standard, or turbo. You can turn on the powerlifting mode. You can turn on and off the eco mode so that if this doesn't detect any power being used, it will automatically shut itself off in both AC and DC, and you can control them separately. You can update the firmware. My firmware is up to date, so that's good. And you can go into advanced settings, select your DC input source, if it's solar, if it's car charger, set charging limits. The app for this is very, very powerful, and it's just really handy to have. And considering this is for the camper, the hiker, the family picnic type of scenario for the most part. This is something Bluetti's power stations used to have, but then they took them away. But now for this one, it kind of makes sense. It's got a little light, and this is also app controlled too. But you've got a white light, and you've got a warm light, and then you've got, if you're a hiker, boom, you've got an SOS flasher, which could come in handy. Now, I wanted to test the fridge theory for this little guy because I wasn't sure if this really would run a 12-volt refrigerator for very long. So I plugged in our little IceCo Go 20, into this, I used a little cigarette lighter adapter, just like this. Plugged it into the barrel port there. Plugged the fridge into that, and was very surprised. I did it inside the house, which, 73 degrees in there. Just let it run. Let it run for over 2 hours, and which I thought was a very reasonable time for a family to be out on a picnic, that sort of thing. And in 2 hours, the little Go 20, which is it's a 20-liter fridge. It's a dual zone, so you can have fridge and freezer or just fridge. But in over 2 hours, this thing only lost 25% of its capacity. So you could easily go out for an afternoon and take this little guy with you, take your fridge out, set it next to the picnic table, take it down by the lake or whatever, put it in a boat, and have a way to run a 12-volt fridge without having to lug around a bigger power station. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Kind of surprised that this little guy could do that. It weighs under 4 pounds. I mean, this thing, you can't even do exercises with it like you can with the bigger ones. It's just so small and so portable. So the Elite 10, if you are a camper and need to power some lights, keep phones charged in your tent, charge lights, run a fridge for a few hours. If you are a traveler and need portable power with flexibility of how you charge it, plugging into wall sockets and stuff like that, charging it from your car, and need to run your laptop for longer, make sure your phone stays charged for longer. If you are a hiker, photographer, videographer, and need to take some portable power with you to top off camera batteries, make sure all that stuff stays charged, this little guy fits in a backpack. It fits in a camera bag. It's just crazy portable, and has all the flexible options for powering things and charging it that you'll need. So the new Bluetti Elite 10, 128 watt hours, legit power station in a teeny tiny little package. I just think this is the cutest little thing. Links for this are in the description. The price for this right now is $129. So not a lot for such a versatile little power station. But let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching. If you would, give the video a like, subscribe if you're not. And if you like what we're doing and you want to consider supporting the channel, gain access to special events, special content, and all of our GPS data from our trips, check out the Patreon link in the description or here on the QR code. And for our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.